Hi, I'm Deanne, and this is Create Beauty Every Day. And I'm really happy today to have Lori Glenn with me. I've known Lori for many, many, many years. And in all that time, she has been a writer. Really. I think you were curator at the museum when I first knew you.
Right.
And then you wrote another book. The first book you wrote was...
Yes. Cumberland County Facts and Folklore.
Right.
Yes.
And then I read The Great Amherst Mystery.
Yes. The Haunted Girl.
The Haunted Girl.
Yeah.
Yes. And now she's written a novel.
My first one.
Yeah, your first one.
Yes.
What's that feel like? Because everybody says, I'm going to write a novel, or
Yeah.
maybe I'm working on a novel, or maybe not everybody, but lots of people say that. You know, they don't say,
Yes.
I'm thinking about being a brain surgeon. I
Right.
think Margaret Atwood said that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, what's it feel like?
Well, for me, it's been such a long time coming. That's my
Yeah.
book, Found Drowned.
Yeah.
It's been such a long time coming that it still feels kind of otherworldly.
It does.
It doesn't
Yeah.
feel real even now. But on the other hand, it's lovely to think that this is something that I've always wanted to do and that I accomplished it.
Yeah, and it's a mystery. I would say it's a mystery, but you know the end as soon as it begins. But you wrote it, I would have to say, in a very creative way. Did your editor
Thank
talk
you.
to you about that?
Yes.
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 And was that your intention to write it, from the end to the beginning?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
I wanted to start it off with a hook.
Yeah.
And the hook is there's a body washes up on shore
Right.
on PEI.
Yeah.
And I thought that would get people's attention.
And
right
it's
away.
historical fiction. I
It's
could really
historical
feel like your
fiction.
time at the museum might have done you well in
Yes,
writing that
yes.
book.
Well, I've always been interested in history.
Yeah.
I love history. I'm interested in particularly in the 19th century
Yeah.
and local history.
Yes.
I'm very interested in, and I'm interested in women's stories
Yes.
and the history of women.
And you put all those things together.
Right. And this was a story that I had come across in a local history book
Yeah.
written years ago, and it was just a tiny couple of paragraphs about this supposed ghost story
Yeah.
from the Rockley area of Cumberland County.
Yes.
And it got me thinking, did this really happen? I
Yeah.
wonder if this really happened. So I started going through newspapers
Yeah.
to looking for the incident, and I did find it.
Yes.
There was a newspaper article written in September of 1877
Yeah.
about this young girl who had washed up on the shores of PEI.
Right.
I had 6 newspaper articles to go by, and I wrote the story around that. I filled out
Yeah.
those articles.
So there's some fact in there.
Yes, there are.
There are.
There's people there. Mary Harney, her parents.
Yeah.
The doctor.
Yeah.
The detective Hutt who came up from Halifax.
Right.
These were people who actually lived.
Yeah.
Some people I made them up to
Right.
round out the
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
And basically it's my interpretation of what I think might have happened. As I was working on the book and researching the book, I kept thinking about Mary being in a house where domestic violence was taking place.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she was in a time and a place where there wasn't much help for women and for young girls
Yeah.
in that type of a situation. So I just wanted to recreate what I thought her life might have been. And I wanted Mary's name to be remembered,
Yeah.
to be unforgotten,
Yeah.
because Mary was forgotten.
Yeah.
And I wanted to bring her and her story back to life again.
And you did. I read the book last weekend.
Oh, thank you.
I read it like all weekend, and I really, really enjoyed
Oh,
it.
thank you.
And I loved. Your writing is beautiful, but also just your approach. Your approach was great. So, Found Drowned, Lori Glenn, published by Nimbus. We love Nimbus.
Yes, we do.
We do. It's really important that we have regional publishers. So, yeah, Found Drowned. You should read it. That's how Lori Glenn creates beauty every day. She writes stories.
Thank you, Deanne.